Big night in the heartland from Indiana Downs. Centaur Stakes, live on-site coverage. John White here from HRTV. I'm sure we might even hear Rachel McLaughlin, who was on with us yesterday on the program. It's going to be a good night. Pick three, all stakes races, all on the turf. And
there are a couple pick three, but I like that it's early in the card, much the same as Penn National did it, for all of us that might want to go to sleep on a Friday night.
Speaking of Penn National, we saw a very talented 3-year-old on the turf. Many feel could be one of the tops. Well, here's another opportunity to see another up-and-coming 3-year-olds as they go to the turf course. And joining us by way of the phone is a good friend, KenMcPeek, 3-year-old son of Warfront War Dancer from the rail trip in the Centaur Stakes this evening. Kenny, welcome back to Race Day.
Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure, sir. War Dancer, last time out the American turf, although was third, really a big effort. What did you and your horse get out of that race coming into the Centaur?
Well, I mean, it's another solid trip. I mean, he broke terrible the race before that and won anyway. But, you know, we kind of thought he'd win that last one, but I think it's going to turn out to be a tough key race. But this looked like a good next step for us, and we're excited. We want him to win a stake, and we think he can be a grade 1 type horse eventually, especially on the turf.
Well, Kenny, you talked about the start. 12th and last, 16 out of it, 2 races back, first time against winners. And then the comment rank, and then in the last race, pulled. Tell us a little bit about War Dancer. Why do you think he has been a little rank or pulling? Was he trying to compensate for the start 2 back? And then what about this last race?
I think from what I can recall, he was boxed in, so he didn't have anywhere to go. But I don't think that's a major big deal with him. You know, he's done everything for the most part right otherwise. The race at the gate, or the break at the gate at Keeneland, something happened with the starter. I'm not sure exactly, but the horse ended up coming out there extremely cockeyed. And he's never done anything before, and I don't know why it happened then, but it did. But he's, this is a young horse, and he's going to improve, and he's doing well right now, and I think sky's the limit.
Kenny, as far as War Dancer is concerned, and for folks who have 3-year-olds now, obviously the Triple Crown is behind us. The next part of the year, a lot will be considering, many I should say, will be considering Breeders' Cup implications. How key is it that tracks like Indiana Downs now have a 3-year-old turf race of this level?
Well, the truth is that I'm ticked off that Churchill got rid of the Jefferson Cup. I mean, this is a race we'd won a couple of times, and they've got a great card there tonight. We'd probably be running there if they still rode it. So I think Indiana Downs is taking advantage of Churchill's, not carding a race like this anymore, or like the Jefferson Cup, which has been a fixture for years. But tracks make those decisions, and we got to go where we fit. And this looked like a logical spot. We'd rather we're a little longer, but I do think class rules, and I think he can win it a mile irregardless.
Well, you mentioned Churchill Downs. Let's turn our attention there into a race that is longer, 1 mile and 1/8, the Stephen Foster. You've got Golden Ticket, who has had some really good moments and a really good one last time, a win at Churchill Downs, going 1 mile. Tell us your thoughts on this race, because not really a dominant must-go speed horse, and a lot of horses with kind of looming questions.
Well, if he's ever going to win another Grade 1, I think he's got to do it on his home court there. We obviously have got the Travers under his belt at 1.25 miles, and things went well that day. And he's a very versatile colt, and I don't know, this is certainly a tough group. But right now, the time he's had between races, we're real pleased with. I mean, he's done everything right since his last victory, and he's coming in real confident. But if he's going to get this kind, he's got to get it right here and right now.
You're also going to be well represented in the Grade 3 Matt Win. You'll be drawing the 10-hole with Bellarmina, Julian Leperoux aboard, a 3-year-old son of Magna graduate. Tough finish last time out. Is the post at all a concern, although there has been a scratch now? You move into the 9 with Ruler of Love out.
That's not a terrible spot. This colt's done everything right as well. I mean, he missed most of his or all of his 2-year-old deer with throat issue, and then came back, and here now as a 3-year-old has been complete pro. And unfortunately, I did not nominate him to the Triple Crown because we didn't think he would make it, but he probably could have run in a couple of the last two. But he is really neat horse to be around, extremely intelligent, and we hope he moves up 3 or 4 lengths, and I think he's going to be really tough if he does that.
Well, you've got a pair of 3-year-old fillies slated to go 1 1/8 on the turf in the Regret. One, Praya, if I'm pronouncing that properly, maybe a little more forwardly placed. The other one, Beverage Green, really comes from the clouds. What are you expecting to see from this pair?
Well, we're trying to get black type on both of them. I like the 1 1/8 for Beverage Queen. The only races in the book were mile turf races, and she obviously needs more ground. Peter Callahan, we won a nice stake for a couple of weeks ago in Iowa, and this filly's another one in that crop we have for him, and figured I'd see how good she was. Physically she's doing well right now. Probably could prefer or would have preferred an A other than a 1 1/8, but if they don't ride it, you got to go with what you got, and we figured we'd give her a try.
Kenny, we really appreciate you taking the time. You're going to be very, very busy this evening at 2 tracks. Good luck with War Dancer and the running of the Centaur at Indiana Downs, Golden Ticket, and your other talented 3 on Downs After Dark card over at Churchill Downs. Thanks for being with us, and we look forward to talking to you again in the near future.
All right. Thanks for having me.
Thanks. Kenny McPeek joining us. Well represented tonight. And I thought that was interesting when he was talking about War Dancer over in the Centaur Stakes over Indiana Downs. He thinks class will dictate. He was hoping for a little bit of extra speed, but he's looking forward to a big effort.
Well, and I think in each of the last races, you can give the horse a couple points on the speed ratings, and he's within the realm and at a good price.
Absolutely.
So I think he's an absolute must-use.